Very good afternoon. Welcoming you on this Friday for a continuation with the session on statistics using R. I hope you can hear me and you can see the page of Cisco WebEx meeting in front of you. Can somebody confirm to me, please?
No page is visible, sir.
What can you see in front of you?
Only names.
Yeah, that's it. No page. That's only names. No problem. I have not opened any page in any see, please understand one thing. From I have had a detailed chat with your HOD, and from today onwards, we will have assignment being given to you every session, end of every session, with a definite timeline when you have to submit it. And please, initially you will have to mail it to me before that timeline, and in another maybe about a week's time I will take all of you on board on the canvas. I'll create your account and give you on canvas, which will be on the public domain, where you can, sitting at home, directly view the assignment, submit the assignment on the canvas. And after I correct the assignment, when I want to convey to you your marks, I'll upload it on the canvas. So on its own, the marks of everybody, you can view it on the canvas. You can view your progress on the canvas. You can see how well you stand in your class in the canvas. But please understand, all the at the end of session every day, I will give you an assignment. Once again, I'm repeating it, and I would expect that you solve it and mail it to me initially, because till now we have not set up the canvas account. So till that time, I'll inform you definitely. Till that time, please mail me the assignment before the end before the time which I specified to you. If you mail me anything after the time, I will not take your assignment, and we will give you a 0 for that. And since it is on submission of your assignment, I will also maintain a copy of the assignment which you submit to me. And definitely end of this course I would share it with your HOD, for the reason that we are able to mark you for your assignment whatever you have submitted. Definitely we will do that, because see, till the time there is this concept of some marks or something which assigned to these things, there is no importance being accorded by anybody. Definitely we will give you marks, and you will be evaluated based on what you submit for the submit as your assignment. And whatever marks I give it to you initially, since you will be mailing it to me, no reasons for delay, absolutely no reason for delay. It can be internet is not working, Hyderabad has fallen down, anything can happen, earthquake, tsunami, anything. But whatever time I tell you, I'll request you, please mail me your assignment or your answers before that time in a readable format. The onus of whether it is being readable or not lies totally on you. And for this reason, I would suggest, please attend all the sessions, for the reason that there is assignment, and you need not wait for the end of the session for me to give you assignment. In between, whenever it comes to my mind, I'll share it with you. And it need not be one assignment. It will be 1, 2, 3, whatever number of assignment. So definitely, see, for the efforts which I am putting in, there is some amount of reciprocation from your side. Because as of now, what I see on the screen, more than 95% of you are using mobile. So how will you do the practical part of it when you are using your mobile? It puts me also in doubt. So when you cannot do the practical part of it, what will you understand of the thing that we are doing? There's nothing you will be able to understand. And can I request all of you, please mute your microphone? It is because you may not be interested, but definitely your friends would be interested in the class. So at least let them be benefited with this session. Continuing with what we did yesterday, and yesterday,
one second.
yes,
Let me. Thank you very much for your effort. The only thing is that, as you have already told, please try to log in on the system, and your marks, assignment marks, will be calculated based on this one. Your project marks and everything will be evaluated from now onwards. Whatever the course you are taking, DevNet or whatever the courses who have been added, everything will be evaluated for the final year students. Make sure that you attended, you give the assignment, you need the certificate, you need placement, everything. You have to be perfect. If you have not done, as sir told, the assignment on time, everything, there is always the one semester which is coming in 2022 also. You are available there. You can write the exams there also. I'm not going to go beyond that one. You have to be very compulsory. You have to attend it, hook or crook, and be on a desktop. I've already repeated many times. Please log on the desktop. There are softwares which are available, which you can see, which we can see that you have to be on the desktop. If you are in logging on the mobile phone and you say that you cannot, you don't have a system, that is your problem, because we have already specified if you don't have a system, please come down to the lab or something like that. Nobody is turning up. For that reason, we are keeping the class on holiday also. I'm sorry to say that nobody is responding. It the final years is not being responded. Next week, I'll see what things can be improved from them. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Please continue with the class, sir.
Thank you, sir. And as I said, it will not only be assignments, there will be even mini projects given to you, which you need to submit in a definite time. And don't worry, friends, I am very, very, very meticulous with all this. Although I am concurrently working in a lot of places, but I maintain a very proper record of all this. And whenever your college authorities ask me, I would be in a position to definitely hand it over to them. Okay, let's see, and please understand all these concepts of statistics for data science. Although I said it is restricted to 6 hours of the session, you cannot cover 100% of the things in the 6 hours. There will be quite a bit of it which I will be giving to you for your self study. And if you have got doubt, you have to revert back. And if you remember, all throughout I have been telling you, if you have got any doubt whether in picking up R or Python, please come back to me. I'll help you out. We will have extra classes. We will ensure that you pick up everything in Python, so that your Python is the #1 programming language as on today anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. And since like your HOD said, you are on the verge of being placed somewhere, definitely all these things will help you. Take my word. Okay, let's continue with what we were doing yesterday. Let's see on the concept of two categorical variables. See, please understand, a useful way to summarize two categorical variables is a contingency table, which is a table of count by category. What we will do, we will drop a small little contingency table between grade of a personal loan and outcome of that loan. Let's draw a small little table, which I'll request you, please do one thing, open up an Excel sheet. Since all the mobile, I don't know how will you do it. There are hardly anybody who is on not a mobile, so I'll request you guys, whoever is not on a mobile, you can please open up a sheet. I'll share the screen of Excel where you are also able to see what is that I'm doing. Now I'm sure you must be able to see my Excel spreadsheet in front of you, and if at all you got any doubts anywhere, please stop me then and there, so that you are comfortable with what we are doing. This is a small contingency table of loan grade and status. I'll have my first column header as grade, the second column header as charged off, then the third one I say as current, and the fourth one as fully paid, and the next one as late, and finally a total. What I will do, since these are my column headers, let me make it little colorful so that this stands apart from the data set. I'll say for grade A, the charged off some arbitrary value 1562, and let me say this, I'll do one thing, otherwise I'll share, if one of you can share me your mail ID, because all this data set I have created and it is well present with me. 1 second, let me see if it is there with me. I can right away mail it to you. Oh, I'm sorry, I won't have it. Okay, no problem. Let's create this data set. Unpause this select. Yeah, let's create it. I say and I would say I write it vertically downward, 1.62, 0.022, and then I have got my grade B. What are these values? Don't worry, it's not important. Whatever it can be, we are going to use it just for our calculation purpose. I have C, I say 6023 and 0.050. Then I've got grade D, I say 5007, 0.067. Grade E, I say 2842 and 0.082. That's more than enough, 5 grades. And the current also, I fill it up with some value. Let me say 50051 0.69. Then let me say 93852. There's nothing importance of this. Just like that, I'm filling up some values so that my table appears full. 928. Data can be anything. It is the computational technique that makes the difference. What are you computing? And friends, as and when you got any doubts, please ask me. For all of you who interact in the class, definitely I'll make a mention. We will award you some extra marks for the, and I'll convey it to your college, because definitely all those who are interested, at least I should give them some reward. So I will make a note of this on a daily basis commencing today. And definitely at the end of the course, I have also got some justification and I would share it with your principal and your HOD. Fully paid, let me say it is 20408. Then let me say the late, I say as 469, 72490 as the total. Whatever it's not that important what total also, in fact you can calculate it, no problem, whatever be the thing. I would say this one, let me say it as 0.2823, oh sorry, 1160. Then let me say 0.235 23147. Then let me say 0.191, let me say 13681. Then let me say 0.184. Then what do we say for E? Let me say 5949 and 0.171. And the late, let me say it is 0.006, 2056, some arbitrary values. It's got no importance of anything for calculation. For calculation, it is what the mathematics which in R or Python that you do. Nothing else other than this makes a difference. Once again, I'm telling you friends, there are some tough topics, like we have got topics on NLP, natural language processing. You have to be excellent in Python, otherwise it will knock you down. So kindly brush up your knowledge in Python, and R little less also, it's comfortable, but Python you have to be excellent, otherwise it's going to knock you down. So you have got good about, since we have got 4 hours every week, on 2 hours on Thursday, 2 hours on Friday, definitely it should help you pick up all these concepts. Let me see what is the total which I would be getting if I would horizontally pull it up. Okay, fine. 1 second. Let me just shift it here. Okay, let me delete this. Let's find out the total, whatever it is. Okay, in the similar way, I say this one. Fine. Let me specify a little more decimal places, because I don't want a whole number. So I say number, decimal places, say 3, 4 of them after decimal. So whatever, I get this number. Then let me find out for this, for all of these rows. So instead, since I've already found out 3, let me find it out for the rest of them. Pull it. Fine. I get some value. Then what I do, the last row I would say is my total. Let me just change the color so that this, we know that this is the total. What I would do, I will total up all these things. Then this is this one, and this total is vertically this much, this one is this much, and the last one is this much, whatever, 434820. See this, what we have drawn is a contingency table. We told that contingency table is a table of count. Okay, this shows the contingency table between the grade of a personal loan and the outcome of the loan. This is taken from, in fact, the idea of this, I had taken it from the data provided by some leading organization, a leader who is in peer-to-peer lending business. And these grades which you see starts off from A, which is high, goes all the way to E, which is low. The outcome is either fully paid, current late, or charged off. And the table shows the count and row percentages. high grade loans have a very low rate or charge off percentage as compared to the lower grade loans. So contingency table generally looks like this. What we will do, we will see what good can we do with this contingency table in R and Python. See, we very well know that the concept of pivot table in Excel is perhaps the most common tool used to create contingency table. In R, there is something function called as cross table. In this describe package, DESCR package, which produces contingency table. I would again repeat it. In Python, Excel, we know it is the pivot table which helps us to create contingency table. But in R, there is a function called cross table function in the describe package, DESCR, which produces contingency table. This table, what we have created, I will do one thing. I'll save this table by the name of contingency table. You can also save it contingency underscore table. I would save it on my desktop as a CSV file. So I have saved it on my desktop as a CSV file. Now what we do, we will go back to R. We will write something so that we are able to read this. We know before that, I'll request you please import the library DESCR. We know how to do it. Click on packages, click on install. And then I say DESCR. This is the package. This package, I click on install. It should install it for me. See, on its own, it runs the command install.packages DESCR. It pulls it out from the CRAN library and the package is installed. I would just say library of this for it to take effect. DESCR. It says it has already taken effect. Now I will read this package. Let me read this package. First, let me read this package. Let me give it a name of X underscore tab, which I would say, you know how to read it in R. It is read.csv, bracket open, and the complete path in CSV. I'll just pause the screen because let me go back to my desktop, locate where the file is, and let's read that file. Here, I have got this contingency table file. This is at my, let me copy my the path, complete path, and thereafter I will uncheck it or open it up for you so that you can also see this. Let me now copy the name of the file. Yeah, now I have copied the complete path of the file. You can have a look at the complete path. This is the complete path of the file. I say okay, and when I say X underscore tab, just to see if the file is being read, it reads out the file for me. Now what I would say, I will in order to create a contingency table, we know it in Excel it is pivot table. In R it's a cross table function in the DESCR package. So I would say, let me take the same variable X underscore tab. I would say please create a cross table, use the cross table. See, it has told me it is cross table, open close braces. In this I would say LC underscore loans dollar grade, this one, and I would say LC, the other one I need is loan status, loan dollar status. Then I would say, oh no, this I didn't complete it. Okay, loan underscore status. Then I would say prop.c, which is nothing but, let me say, let the property be false. Then I would say prop.CHISQ, which I would once again say is false. And then I say prop.t. This is also my false, which I would close, run this. Oh, it says LC underscore loan dot LC underscore loans dollar grade, LC underscore loans not found. Okay. In fact, this table which I created, which you see on the screen, I wanted to create it once again using this function of cross table. So since my column headers are, we have called charged off, current, fully paid, and late. Fully dot paid, it says fully dot paid and late. So charged off, loan grade. Okay, let me say, or I would just say grade. Why should I say loan grade? Because I've just used grade over here. Loan, this I replace with grade. LC underscore, no, I will do one thing. Initially this one, what we have written, I'll give it a variable loans, because this is creating trouble for me. I say I paste this, and this X tab which I told, I say give it a variable loans. I read my thing. Now when I say loans, it lists it out for me. Now what I would do, I will use this variable of, or the function of cross tab, and create this table for me. I would say this is false. Spelling of false has gone wrong here. False, false, and the prop.t is also false spelling. False. Let's see if it creates for me. Okay, it says this is not found. It is the grade over here is capital G. It should give it for me. Then the second is loan grade. Then we have got loan status. Okay, and this, now let me see if it will create it for me. Okay, it has not found this loans. I have created this object loans. So let me not say loans or LC underscore loans. Let me just say loans dot grade loans this. Now let me execute it. Oh, object loan is not found. See, we have, it's giving me, 1 second. Oh, 1 second. Somewhere I've used loan, somewhere I've used loans. So that's creating trouble for me. Let me now see. X and Y must have the same length. Where is it that we have gone wrong here? It says X tab. Okay, now it says X and Y should have the 1 second. This, just a second. Where did we go wrong? X tab, cross table, loans grade, loan status, prop.c, and props.gstq is false, prop.t is false. This says we have created this X tab. It is fine, no problem. Let's keep this aside for some time. I'll come back to this. Let's see on the concept of categorical. I'll keep this, and we will definitely come back to this problem. I've just written it and kept. Let's see on the concept of categorical and numeric data. Can you tell me what is a box plot? Anybody? Somebody tell me, please, what is a box plot? Okay, they are very simple way to visually compare the distribution of a numeric variable grouped according to a categorical variable. Now, suppose I'll do one thing. I'll share with you a small little data set of airline delay. Of basically, I don't want you to get into the concept of clearing it. I'll share a file named airline underscore stats. Can somebody just tell me, give me your mail ID, please? Put it in the chat window so that I can right away mail it to you. Anybody? Put it in the chat window of this class, please. Able to mail it to you. Anybody, please just drop it. Yeah, Abdul Mujahid 111 at Gmail. I'll right away share it with you. Kindly do one thing. Just share it with your class. Maybe 2-3 seconds. Let me just yeah, I will be sharing this with Abdul Mujahid 111 at gmail.com. I'll the name of the file is airline underscore stats.csv. Abdul, I've already shared it with you. please check your mail, spam, trash, सब जगह देख लो. You will have this file, airline_stats. Please do one thing, open that airline_stats, just share it with everybody. Before you do anything, open that file, just see how that file looks. What are the attributes of that file? Because once you are clear with the attributes, let's do some magic with that. Abdul, did you get it?
Sir, yes, got
Okay.
it.
Yeah, kindly just share it with everybody. In the meanwhile, I'll tell you how do you create a box plot in in R. Let me first read the data. I would say this, I give a variable name data. I would say read.csv. I put the complete path and it is airline_stats.csv. Let's read this. When I call my data, the data is listed. This is the data of yours. It has got huge number of kitne rows hai isme? We have got 33,218 rows of the airline data, which have got column PCT carrier delay, and we have got PCT ATC delay, and whether it is a weather delay, whatever kind of delay. So if I want to create a box plot of this wonderful data set, what will I do in R? I'll write it on top so that you can write it clear, see it. I say box plot of this PCT underscore carrier underscore delay. What I will do, this data, I'll tilde it with the airline data because this is the airline data. Then I say my data equal to this complete airline stats, airline underscore stats, which is the name of the file, and y limiting value is, I would put it within, let me say till 50. So this one, let me just, airline stats is not found. Okay, airline stats, don't we have a column airline statistics? Okay, it's not okay, fine. Now what I would say, instead of this, I don't want to specify this way. Let me copy the complete path of this which has read out this one data, so that it will not create a problem for me. The whole of the data is over here. This I specify as my, here since I've taken my data, or I can just say data because we have read this file, airline stats. Wait for some time. Wonderful plot. We have got this box plot. This plot which you see on the screen is a box plot. Is there anybody who is getting this kind of a plot?
Didn't receive the data yet.
Oh, okay. Abdul, you didn't share it with everybody?
Sir, actually, it's quite slow. My net is. I am trying, but it is not able to download it.
Do
Just
one
a
thing,
second.
friend, 3-4 of you just send me your your mail ID. I'll mail it right now to everybody. 4-5 of you. आप लोग share right away. I'll mail it to you because we keep waiting. I've got Imran Khan's mail ID right away. Imran, you and Syed Shamela, yours also I've got. I'll mail it to you now because one thing is that hardly anybody is using a laptop today, but whatever you're using, I'll just forward this mail which I had sent to Abdul. So I have taken Abdul, I've taken Imran Khan. Then let me copy. The next name is Syed Shamaila. I'm sorry if I'm not pronounced your name properly. Then Syed Numanan 01. I have copied yours also. Then Salman Khalid 10. Okay. I have posted all of you, and my email is out. Please check your inbox, spam, trash. You'll definitely 100%, maybe 2-3 seconds, you'll get it. Can somebody confirm if you got it?
It's 15 hours.
Shamaila, have you got it? Sayyeda Shamaila, have you got this? Imran Khan, have you got it? And then I marked it to Khan, Sharaz, and Sayyid Numan. Have you got the mail which I sent? Check your spam, trash, junk, har jagah. Need not be in your inbox. Who else can confirm if you got it?
Got it, sir. Got it.
Yeah, fine. You take it, you use it, and please share it with even your classmates so that they are also able to use it and get this wonderful box plot of ours. Are you getting the same box plot?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now what we will do, we will just see how do I plot it in Python, the same thing. Oh, I'm sorry, I have just paused the screen. Yeah, now you must be able to see the Jupyter notebook. Let's see how do I plot it in Python. Definitely what I'll do, I have to import pandas as PD. Let me give my variable name as data. I'll say is PD dot read underscore CSV, the complete path of my data, which I'll just copy it from R because we had just read this data. The path remains the same, whether it is R or Python. So I copy this complete path, go back to my Python, paste the complete thing, just see if my data is being read. It should read my data, show me what my data is. Yeah, it says 33,468 rows, big data set. Now what I will do, I'll take take a variable AX. I'll say AX is airline underscore stats dot box plot. I want to do it by the airline. I'll say by the airline, but I have to specify my column, which I would say is PCT underscore carrier underscore delay. Then what do I say? I set my X label and Y label, and then we get into the plots. I say AX dot set underscore X label. Let me give it an empty label. Okay, then I specify my Y label. I set my Y label, AX underscore dot set underscore Y label, which I say, let me say is daily percentage of delayed flights. And then what do I say? Let me specify my subtitle. Subtitle, I would say once again a blank subtitle. Oh no, sorry, a blank subtitle. Let me run this. Okay, airline stats is not defined. So what I need to do, I need to specify instead of airline stats, what had we taken? We had taken data as my variable. Oh, PLT, no problem. What do we need to do? We need to import the matplotlib library. Matplotlib dot pyplot as PLT. Now I get my box plot. Good box plot what we have got. This is how you do it in Python. Now I would request you guys, which you can take it as a small little assignment. I will also write it down. For the same data set, please create a Voilen plot. Voilen plot. please create a violent plot for this for the same data set. And you can, when you mail it to me, please mail two things to me. One is your code in R and Python. Second is the screenshot of both of them as a JPEG file or a PNG file or BMP or whatever. That is for the reason that first I'll see your output. If it is correct, then only I see your code. Your code in R, let it be extension .r, and in Python, please send it as extension .py. Don't send it as IPYNB. Send it as extension .py. And since this class today gets over around 4:15, around that time, I will request you, your deadline for doing this is today 8:30. That's today night 8:30. When my clock strikes 8:30, till that time, whichever assignment I get, I will grade you, and you will be graded out of 10. In fact, for today, I will give you two assignments. Both will carry 5 marks each. So this question carries 5 marks. The next one, which I'll give you subsequently, I have also just written it down and kept, will carry 5 marks. So you will be graded out of 10, and all the marks which we keep giving you at all sessions, we will find the average of all marks. So it is in your own good health that you please attempt to do this. Create the plot. Once again, I will require the output in the form of a .r file as well as output in the form of .py file. And along with both of these .r and .py, take a screenshot of your output, mail it to me. Because if the output is wrong, I won't even check your code. And if you are able to do it, wonderful, I give you marks. Please write your name as well as your registration number in your answer. If it is not there, I won't be able to grade you. I cannot give you any kind of grade. So please write your name as well as registration number. Mail it to me by 8:30 in the night today. Even if I get the answer at 8:31, I won't evaluate it. So you make sure that you send it at 8 o'clock itself, so that you don't have to wait till 8:30 in the evening. Okay, so since we have seen two variables till now, we will see how do we visualize multiple variables. See, the type of chart used to compare two variables are, it is scatter plot, hexagonal binning, and box plot. And these things readily extend to more variables through the notion of conditioning. So what we will do here, just some time back, we had shown the relationship between whatever these variables of these airline carriers. So now what we would do, let's try visualizing multiple variables, and how does R or Python help us visualize multiple variables? So for this reason, we will be taking a small little data set, which I would say, let me say, is the account for the effect of location. Some accounts data set, which, let me see if the data set is with me. I would right now mail it to the same lot of students who had shared the mail ID with me, and we can work on this. Just a minute, give me some time. It is the accounts data set which is required for us for this particular purpose. Loan data I have got. Then do I have, where is the data set of mine? Let me zip codes. Do I have anything by the name of zip codes? No, I don't have it. Anything tax SSC? Yeah, there is one loans by the name of loans. I don't know whether we will be able to use. Just let me open up the data set and see if it is the same one which I need to share with you. I'll share it with you right away. No, this is not. This is not the one. Do we have anything else? Anything else? Anything else? No, nothing. Nothing at all. So fine. Okay, going ahead, do one thing. Can you tell me, whenever you do this thing, what we are doing, this exploratory data analysis, generally people say you don't require a sample. Who can explain me what is the difference between a population and sample?
The sample is nothing but it is taken from the whole population. Sample is taken in such a way that it contains all the characteristics of the total population.
Wonderful. What's your good name?
It's Abdul Basir.
Abdul, just tell me your roll number here. I don't need these names.
It's 49.
49. Okay. Abdul, you're very correct. Can't we put it this way? I'll say sample is the representative element of the population because it contains all the properties of the population. So since Abdul, you have told a wonderful answer, very correct on sampling. What is random sampling?
Okay, random sampling is nothing but okay, we can just taking data from any of it, like taking data randomly, picking data randomly is random sampling. We are having different types of sampling. So
Okay. So
let's
you tell me what is stratified sampling?
okay. I guess I just need a hint.
No, you try. You're correct. See, but try, Abdul, not telling long stories. Okay, you see, random sampling, you should have told drawing elements into a sample at random. That's all. So, in the
Okay,
similar way, what is stratified sampling?
like stratified sampling is nothing but, see, if you're having population like of different types. So from
Okay.
each type of like if you divide the population into different types, then taking some amount of sample from each type of data from the whole population, that is stratified sampling.
But Abdul, you missed out on a very important term. See, you said everything was fine, what you said. Instead, you should have
Yes,
told
sir.
dividing the population into strata. And
Strata, yeah.
randomly pick a sampling from each strata. So all these
Yeah.
things are very fine. Can you tell me what is simple random sample?
Simple random sample. Okay, I guess simple random sample is taking data randomly, if I'm not wrong.
No, remove the random. See, simple random sample is obtaining the sample without stratifying the population.
Okay. So
Okay, if
stratification is the main term here.
yeah, the main thing. See, the catchword in all this is Abdul stratification. So now, if I
Okay.
say all these things, what you and your friends in your class must have thought it as correct, can anybody tell me what do you understand by bias? Which is
Okay,
very
bias is
important.
nothing but, yeah, it's pretty simple. See, for example, we are having a data set where we are trying to identify if a image is cat or a dog. But maximum of the images we are having, 95% of the images we are having are of dog. So it is biased towards dog. The sample is biased towards dog, not towards cat. Like it is highly
Abdul,
skewed, not biased.
I won't say you're right or wrong. See, my ears were very, very eager and looking for some key words in your answer. I still didn't find it.
Okay,
Some
keywords.
keyword you have missed it out. See, rest whatever you have told, Abdul, I'll say it is a story you have told. No problem. I don't want story. Tell me those
Okay,
keywords which will define a bias.
okay, inclination towards one thing is bias.
No, it's wrong. Anybody. Just there are just two keywords. That's all. Bias is nothing but it is systematic error. Please remember these words are, you can say it's the gospel truth. And systematic bias, it refers to measurement or sampling errors that are systematic and produced by the measurement or sampling process. You have to kindly remember this in the same way what you're told. And what you said about random sample and all the other stratified may be a little bit up or down, but more or less everything what you said is correct. See, whenever you do sampling, there is always a selection bias. What do you understand by selection bias?
Okay, when we overrepresent a particular group from the population in a sample, that is known as like bias in a sense.
I didn't say bias, I asked you what is selection bias. Okay, selection bias is a bias which results from the way in which observations are selected. Then one more term you'll have to help me out with. What do you mean by data snooping? These are all the terms which are required for you in statistics to be a big data analyst. What do you mean by data snooping?
Okay, so uh, like like when we take some data, like the sample of the population on which we run our hypothesis is the like data snooping, like the particular sample, selecting the sample.
Oh, Abdul, thoda you went off track. See, data snooping is extensive hunting through data in search of something interesting. It is extensive hunting
Yeah.
through data in search of something interesting. See, finally, Abdul, all these words make a very, very big difference. Very, very big difference. Definitely, it will help you with what what you want to find out, what you want to do, all these things. Okay, when you do sampling of any kind for any statistical purpose, there are some key terms which any one of you can help me out, please. Of what do you mean by sample statistic? Anybody in this whole thing? Don't worry, I am not biased towards Abdul. Anybody wants can tell me. But along with it, please tell me even your roll number so that I make a note of it, maintain a record of all these things. Samples. Yeah, tell me, please. Tell me.
So the statistical information we get from a sample, like for example, if we just extract a sample, the mean, median, or central tendencies, or what do you say, the outliers, whatever we get from the statistical values that we get from a sample is known as sample statistics.
Abdul, if I ask you
The
to
statistics performed on this sample we get from the population is called as sampling standard.
you are still, both of you missed out on one very important term. Sample statistics is a metric which is calculated for a sample of data drawn from a larger population. The key word is metric. You have told all the English part of it, but where is the metric? Metric was missing. If this is sample statistic, what is data distribution? And I'll sincerely suggest to you, please do not Google and see. It is not necessary that what is there on Google is correct. Kindly, as far as possible, don't Google it. You may fall in more deeper trouble. So what is data distribution?
If I'm not wrong, data distribution, we are having Gaussian distribution, we are having random distribution. Like it is distributed according to what you say, um, standard deviation, like with
Abdul, incidentally, let me just mention to you, I don't know whether I've told you guys. See, I am in the interview panel of many, many companies in Bangalore and outside Bangalore, all over India. So I get to hear lots of stories from the people who come for the interview. Varied things people say, day and night, either physical interview or over the phone or any other virtual platform, anything. But finally, what is correct is are those keywords which my ears are very, very eager to hear. Still, Abdul, you have not told me the keyword. There is just one keyword in this answer.
So the representation of data.
See, you and Abdul both are correct, but something very important is missing in your answer. Friend, it is the frequency distribution of individual values in a data set. That is data distribution. Frequency is very, very important. You should have used that. Can you please tell me what do you mean by CLT, Central Limit Theorem?
okay, central limit theorem means defining the data with a unique central value like mean, median.
No. I would say it is the tendency of the sampling distribution to take on a normal shape as sample size rises. It is the tendency of the sampling distribution to take on a normal shape as the sample size rises. One among the last ones, please tell me, what do you understand by standard error?
No idea, to be honest.
Okay, that's great. See, it is the variability of individual data values. And all of these things have got some or the other formula, which we will use quite some formulas to calculate it. Let's once again do one thing. Let's start off by writing this in Python. What we will do in Python, can you tell me which is this package which I will be using to show, say, I want to show 3 histograms for all these things which I told, standard error, frequency distribution, all these I want to incorporate in. Which plotting technique of Python helps me with this?
Can you use
No, see, Matplotlib is the fundamental plotting library. Matplotlib is a fundamental plotting library, which is very, very essential when you do anything. Which is the other one? See, it is the Seabones. There is a package within Seabone called Facet Grid. The Seabones Facet Grid helps you to do all these things. So all this loan and other thing which we have taken, let's do one thing. Let's read the data set. Before that, I'll just go back to my, can you mute your microphone, please? Umayma Qadar, please mute your microphone. Yeah, I'll share with you a file called loan_income.csv. Right away, I have found a wonderful file, loan_income.csv. I'll mail it to all of you who had just given me mail ID. I shall share it right away with you in maybe another 3-4 seconds. It should be at your, or maybe 4-5 seconds at your desktop. The name of the file is loans_income.csv. So I copy this to the team of Imran Khan and all you people. Where is my file of this loans? Yeah, loans_income.csv. I've forwarded it to you. Imran Khan, Sayyeda Shamaila, Khan Sharaz, Sayyid Numam, all of you have sent it. Unless otherwise, because I don't have anybody else's mail ID, so definitely you can please check. You would have definitely got it. So what we will do, we will see what good can we do in Python with this. The only package what I will be importing is, have you got the data set? Can you confirm it to me, please? Team of
I guess
Imran.
my mail was missed.
Oh, I see, whoever you have shared your mail ID, I would have mailed it to you. Imran Khan and team have mailed it to you. Have you got it, please? Yes, somebody tells me, yeah, thank you. So please just, if you can share it with your friends, great. It will be wonderful for them. Let's see what we can do in Python. So in Python, what I will be doing, I'll be importing pandas as PD, as well as let me import the fundamental plotting library. I'll say import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, and let me also import a Seaborn as SNS. Now what I would do, let's read the data what it is. So I would say, let me give that name of the file which I would be reading it as, let me say, what do we say? Loans_income. Loans_income is pd dot read underscore CSV. The path of this, which I just called, no, this is the name of the file. The path is exactly the same what we did earlier. So I'll copy this is by, and please see if you are able to read through your data set. Yeah, some 50,000 rows it has got. Just one column in that X. The problem, I don't think this is the file. Let me see. Let's create a sample data, which I would say sample underscore data. That is a data frame of what we have read. We would say it is pd dot data frame. Use my dictionary value. The first I say is income, which is nothing but, let me say, loans underscore income dot sample. Loans underscore income dot sample. Let me take 1,000 samples. Thereafter, what I would do, the second column, let me call it as type, which I would say is nothing but my, let me call it data. Yeah, this should be better. This name appears little better. Let me call this data, and we call this data, and we read this. It should read it out. And now when I execute this, let me see. Oh, this says must pass an index. Using all scalar values, you must pass an index. Okay, where is that we have gone wrong? Sample underscore data, this one. Okay, and curly braces, closed it. Do I? There is, you must see, this is not the 1 second, because there are so many files. Loan underscore income, loans underscore income. Do I have any other file? Loans. No, this only is the file with me. I create a data frame, 1 second, of loans of income, which is loans underscore income dots under dot sample 1,000, and type I say is data. Oh, 1 second. This is not the file. I will share right now with you another file. This is by the name of loan. The 1 second, loan data LC loans. Let me see this LC underscore loan. There is another file on my desktop. Let's see if that is the file. No, this is not the file. This is not at all the file. There's one more, loan 200. I don't know why did I create this, but this is just the outcome, and this, no, this is also not the file. It is, I think, that one, loan underscore data. What do we do? The loan underscore data. Let's go back to Python. Ask a Python, where is that we went wrong? If using all scalar values, you must pass an index. I have passed an index, income, and type pd dot data frame of income, which I said as loans underscore income dot sample of 1,000 samples, fine, and type I told data. Just a second, let me 1 second. Yeah, we have taken this thing as did I take it as data or income? 1 second, let me just change, because let me change the variable name to income. Let me see, income, and here now, since it's the same, I have to specify pd dot data frame dot data frame of income, loans underscore income dot sample. Who can correct this code of ours? I say sample underscore, not date, sample underscore data pd dot data frame.
Sir, may I know what we are trying to do?
Yeah, what we are trying to do, we are trying to make 3 plots in one sheet. Basically, see, our aim for doing this is we want to generate 3 histograms in one plot.
Should there be a comma after type colon data?
You can, you see, the purpose is there are various purposes. You can put, you may put, may not put. That makes no difference. The error is both for both of them one and the same. It is not that what we are doing. Error is something else. This says if using all scalar values, you must pass an index. It tells me the error in the sample underscore data, which
Sir,
is
I guess there are some null values in the data. So maybe we have
check
to
karo, you
make
open
the
the
null
data.
values 0.
No, that we will handle it later. See, in this, what I'm doing, I'm just creating a simple data frame of income and type, where I would say the type of mine, since I've told data, that is why I gave the name of data over here. So that when we call this data, it is comfortably, it understands what is this data. It understands this data. That's why I gave the name data over here. So it understands what this thing is. That's why type I've told is data. What I feel is, this column header of this data set, the name of the column header is X. So if I say this is X, see, that's not the error. It is throwing up some other error for us. All of you can dissect it yourself so that you're able to create it.
So may I ask a question if you don't mind?
Yeah, bolo bhai.
Sir, which engineering year is this session actually inclined for?
This is for 3rd semester engineering.
Third
So,
semester.
yeah, because the same thing I had conducted last year at Gujarat for Marwadi University 3rd semester students.
Okay,
so since
fine.
you are in final year, don't you feel there is little bit mismatch of this? And I've conducted the same thing also for 5th semester students at Presidency University, Bangalore. See, in any case, please understand, see, the first and the second units, we are just brushing up with the concepts. After that, the concepts gets tough, little tough, where we will be seeing MongoDB, Tableau, we will see NLP, wonderful concept, but which are really tough. This is just, the first one which we did previously, and this one which we are doing is just to brush you up with this concept so that we are ready to take on all the bigger things. Tufan aane se pehle, let's be ready with what we need to do.
Correct.
So can you find out what is the error in this thing of ours?
Sir, the data is only having a single variable.
Yeah, I know. It's just this got this column X.
Yeah. So that is the income.
No. No, see, but now in this 15 of mine, I am creating a data frame. I'm not, see, reading this data frame, so yahan pe 13 mein I have done the same thing. I have read this data. This tells me this is the data set, 50,000 row ka data set. I am creating a data frame.
So could you please scroll towards the error?
If using all scalar values, it says you should pass an index.
So can you scroll back to the code, please?
One second, let me just little bit think it over. It is what do we say? Wait, in the meanwhile, no problem. I don't say that we will slip it out. Let's do R, the same thing. Let's do it in R. So if I want to do it in R, How do we start it off? First, you will have to install a package by the name of ggplot2. ggplot2. Please install this package ggplot2. Run the library command for it to take effect. Just run library of ggplot2. Wonderful. Now what you will do, we will read that file. Let me say I give it a name, loans underscore income, which will be read.csv with the complete path of the file. I'll go back to Python because I've got the complete path. Let me copy this same path. I would paste my path over here. So this should read the file loans underscore income. We should be able to read this file. And what I will do with a small change in this, I would say, let me put it in columns. So I would say square braces, comma 1. Fine. It is one and the same. Little bit, I've added a little bit lipstick work to this. Now I need to, first thing, I need to take a simple random sample. So to take a simple random sample, I'll say samp underscore data. I would say data dot frame of this, where I say income is nothing but my sample which I draw from the loans underscore income. And how many sample? Let me say 1000 sample. And thereafter I would say, and the type that I use is data underscore distributed data. Fine. Now when I call my samp underscore data, it gives me my sample. This is simple random sample. Do you want me to go up a little bit for you to see this? Here. Please understand, who can tell me what is the difference, which I've already told you, I think ek do din pehle, what is the difference between this R and Python, and where is it that R is preferred, where is it that Python is preferred?
R is preferred because it is having statistical libraries, like for statistics for numbers, and Python is preferred for deployment for natural language processing.
No. You are off track. Dekho, see, all the functions which R do, the same thing Python does, the same thing Julia does, the same thing Java does, same thing C, C++, all these languages do. The R, although it was designed as a statistical programming language, it can be used across the board everywhere. But as on today, R is used where there is a computation. Say it is a financial calculation, or say you're doing something in healthcare. So it is extremely highly preferred in financial as well as healthcare calculations, because these two areas may problem kya, you cannot waste even a micro or a nanosecond. So R is preferred, and very similar to R is Julia. Julia is also preferred for this. So all the applications in R, you'll find it is only in healthcare, yeah, financial segment. And the benefit of Python is, see, since R has got around 20,000, slightly over 20,000 libraries, and Python has got exceeding 130,000 libraries, functions are far better. So people, and usage of Python is more simpler than that of R. So people prefer using Python just due to the huge amount of libraries. Okay, that is all. Now, since we have taken a simple random sample, let's take a sample of mean of 5 values. Since have you returned this? Boliye, please. If you have written this, we will go down. This is the data. I'm sorry. This is the data what I wrote. I installed ggplot2. I ran this command. Yeah, this one. That's all. The last three lines. Starting from this loans underscore income. Then I've told sample data. The next one. Have you done this? Tell me please if you have written this. Bolo bhai, have you done this? Completed? I don't know what your silence means. Can you tell me if you have done it? Abdul?
I'm still trying in Python.
Okay, fine. What we will do, we will now take a sample of 5 means. Let me say SAMP underscore mean underscore 05. This is a sample of 5 means. I will say data dot frame. I want to apply, I say income equal to, I apply the T apply of concept in R. Since you must have read it, please you reason it out. Why did I use T apply? I'll say T apply, it says open close brace, T apply, and within the bracket, I say my sample of the loans underscore income, sample of the loans underscore income. And since I want 5 value, sample mean of 5 value, I'll take a sample of mean of 5 value. So I say 1000 times 5. And outside my brace, I would also say have this as 1 to 1000, and I want a representation of this of 5 elements in this 1000, and close my brace. Then I would say fun equal to mean. There's some bracket extra in this. Kahan se aa gaya ye? Did I close everything properly? Let's see. No, there is one more bracket which is missing. Now, if I say samp underscore mean underscore 05, yeah, I get it. This is a sample of mean of 5 values. All of these have got 5 values. Dekh lijiye. All have got 5 values. This is a sample of mean of 5 values. In the similar way, let's take a sample of mean of 20 values, for which what I'll say samp underscore mean underscore 20, and I'll create a data dot frame of the, I would say, income. Use the T apply again, T apply, and I would say of this sample, of the sample, and then what do I say of what? Of loan underscore income. And since I want a sample of mean of 20 value, I'll say 1000 times 20. Go out of the brace. I would also say please represent the values from 1 to 1000, and what I want a 20 element in this 1000 value data set. Where did we reach? I said rep of 20 of 1000, close my brace, and I say fun equal to mean. Now when I run this, wonderful, it says you're correct. So we'll call this variable, and when I execute it, I get a sample mean of 20 values. Now what is that I want you to do? For this thing, please create I would say, or you bind the data dot frame and convert type to a factor. Will you be able to do it? This is the second assignment for you, which is of 5 marks, which you need to, let me also write it, bind the data dot frames and convert type to a factor. You have to bind the data dot frames and convert type to a factor. This is a second assignment, so both of them added together adds up to 10 marks. So you have to bind this. Can you tell me how will you bind the data frame? Which function in R will you be using? Boliye bhai, which function in R will I use to bind the data frame? Please force yourself, think it out, definitely you'll have to do it, because it is the reason for your existence. And kindly I'll request you, kal se please come to the class with be with your laptop, because 100% all of you are only with on a mobile, which is of no use, absolutely no use. You're listening to this as a cricket commentary. Okay, let's see on some other kind of a plotting technique. See, as we know what is a standard normal distribution. A standard normal distribution is one in which the units on the x-axis are expressed in terms of standard deviations away from the mean. And to compare data to a standard normal distribution, what do? You subtract the mean, then divide by the standard deviation, which in other words is also called as normalization or standardization. I'll once again repeat it for you. See, a standard normal distribution is one in which the units on the x-axis are expressed in terms of standard deviations away from the mean. And to compare the data to a standard normal distribution, what do? You subtract the mean, then divide by the standard deviation. And this is also called as normalization or standardization. But friends, please understand, in standardization, this sense of standardization is unrelated to database record standardization, wherein there is a conversion to a common format. And in this, the transformed value is generally called as Z score or Z score. And the normal distribution is sometimes called as Z distribution. So let's try plotting a Z distribution. For a Z distribution in R, you will be using a QQ plot. If you remember, when we started R, I told you R has got two plotting techniques, or two fundamental plotting techniques, QQ plot and GG plot. So this Z distribution is plotted using QQ plot. Let's do one thing. Let's see how do we plot it. For this, I will take a normalized random value of say 100 values and generate a QQ plot. In R, what will I do for that? I'll just say norm underscore samp, which is nothing but I read R normalized value. I say R norm of 100 values. I would then say, please create a QQ plot for me, QQ normalized plot of this norm underscore samp, normalized sample. Minute I tell that, it gives me a beautiful plot which you see over here. And to add, it gives me a good plot like what you see on the screen. This is generating a QQ plot in R. Is it comfortable till here? Don't worry, friends. As you step into the industry, it will be wonderful for you if you guys speak out to the interviewer. Tell him, friend, if you want to plot anything in healthcare or finance, don't use anything other than R. It is very fast. The two big reasons why R is preferred is the speed is very fast, very comparable to that of C program, speed in execution, and definitely the memory space allocation is very, very minimal in R, even as compared to Python. Seeing all this, let's see little bit on our long-tailed distribution. Can somebody help me out with what is a long-tailed distribution? Tell me, please. What is a long-tail distribution? Okay, I'll put it this way. See, while this normal distribution is often appropriate and very useful with respect to the distribution of errors and sample statistics, this typically does not characterize the distribution of raw data. And sometimes the distribution is highly skewed, that is asymmetric, such as with say the income data, or the distribution can be discrete, say with the binomial data. See, both symmetric and asymmetric distributions may have long tail. The tail of a distribution corresponds to the extreme values, which can be small or large, or small and large. So please remember, tail means the extreme values which can be small or large or small and large. What I will do with you, once again to the same group of you wonderful students, I'll share you a small little data set, which is the data set of SP500, the stock prices. I'll share you the data set of SP500 underscore data. This actually, it is a zipped file. It is a very big file of 21.2 MB. This I'll right away share it with you, and kindly you will have to unzip it, because if you want to read it, you have to unzip it. And same group of what is it, Imran Khan and team, I'll forward you the thing. 1 second, you'll have to give me half a minute for this 21 MB file to get attached to what we want to do. Kahan gaya? Where is my file? Yeah, SP500 underscore data. The name of the file is SP500 underscore data. It's a CSV file, but it is zipped. It's a big file. Please take it on your system, unzip it, open the file and see. I've got into the action of sending it for you. Few seconds for it to load up this 21.2 MB. Definitely, since the size is big, you will find it in spam, trash, junk. कहीं पे भी main 99% not in your inbox. It is out of my outbox. Please check your mail. Imran Khan, Sayyada Sharmila, Khan Sharaz, and Sayyid Numan. Have you got the mail? Boliye, have you got the mail? I'll even mail it to, I've got another mail ID of Fatima and one more of Taurani Kat 66. I would mail it even to you. It's fine, no problem. And I've got Vaji 32. I'll mail it to you also, friend Vaji. Where is your mail gone? Abdul Basir. I'll mail it to you also. Yeah, it is. I mailed it to all three of you. It is out of my outbox. Please check your spam, trash, junk. You would have definitely, you'll find it. And one of you, please, you'll have to confirm to me if you got it. It is already out of my mailbox. Have you got it? The 45 of you, why are you silent? Speak out. Abdul, have you got it? Tell me, Abdul, have you got it or not?
Not yet.
Okay, fine. I'll wait
Not
for a
yet.
few. Yeah. All these names which I had called out, they are in one group. I'd put them in one group. I've mailed it to them. It's already out of my mailbox. Please check it. Sayada, have you got it? Please confirm. It's a big file. It's a big file, and I've mailed it as a zip file.
Got it, sir.
Got it. Okay. In fact, do one thing. See, I'm not able to unzip it for the reason that I'm running on a MacBook. I'll write the code for you 100% using this code. You'll be able to do it. First, let's read up that file. I'll give it a name SP500. Let me say underscore PX. I give this as my variable name. I'll say read.csv with the complete path of the file. Specify the complete path of the file. And after this, you please specify row underscore names equal to 1, starting with row names as 1. After that, just because I'm not able to read the file, that's why it's throwing out error for me. It is not rad, it is read underscore CSV. And here in between, What I left blank space, please put the complete path of the file. I can do this here. I'll put it on top so you are able to view it. Yeah. After this, please say, let's go into this. There is an entry on Netflix. Let me say NFLX. Use the same variable. We will say, please read this SP500 underscore PX, and in square braces, I say NFLX. Then I would tell NFLX that NFLX, which I would say as my variable, I find the difference of the log of this. I say diff of log of this NFLX, and I say for all value of NFLX greater than 0. After this, I tell my QQ plot, please plot it for me. So I say QQ normalize plot, I say of this NFLX. 100% you will get a wonderful plot. Please run this. Somebody confirm if you are able to view the plot. A good plot you will get, which is a long-tailed plot for a long-tail distribution. Kindly use the same syntax. Since it has been zipped for window format, I'm not able to open it. I had done, I had it on my system. I downloaded it from the public domain on my daughter's laptop. I zipped it, which is a window laptop. I zipped it. I used that format. That's why I'm not able to open it here. Can somebody tell me if you're able to open this? Or you're getting a good plot, long tail plot. Sayeda, are you getting a good plot of this? Tell me please, Sayeda, are you getting a good plot for this? Using the same command what I have written.
I'm still doing it, sir.
Yeah, okay. How many of you students who are here have an access to getting books from your college? Tell me. Do you get books from college to go through all these things? Bolo bhai, if you don't tell me, how will I know? I'll help you out. That's why I'm asking you.
So if you want books, we issue it from the library if we...
No, do you have books in R and Python, the latest edition books and books of this kind that is on statistics using R and Python?
No clue, sir.
No, okay. I'll do one. Do you want any kind of a help from my side? All of you, do you want any kind of help? At least those of you who have been interacting with me, please tell me. Right away, I'll tell you what is the break for this.
Yes, sir. Please.
Okay, I'll do one thing. See, today is Friday. Give me time till Sunday. That is on 3rd. Before Sunday evening, I'll create a cloud-based library. I will create a cloud-based library by Sunday. I'll share you the credentials of the cloud-based library where I'll upload these books. All these books are foreign authored books and they're very, very expensive books. I'll share these books over there. And the privilege that you will be getting is you can blow up that book on the complete screen of your laptop or desktop or whatever, whichever machine. You will be able to view the complete book or the complete page which you want.
16 hours.
All pages will be indexed very well. It will have a good index at the starting of the page. Everything you will be able to do n number of things. It will be like a proper bookshelf in front of you on your screen. But the only thing which I won't give you is privileges of downloading the book. You will not be able to download the book. I'll block that. I'll give you all other, you can view it. If you want to take a print, you can take a print, you can connect up a printer, take a print of few pages or a range of pages. Okay, in that what I will do, and in as short time as possible, what I will do, I will create a web-based canvas, which is the platform used by almost all educational institutions in this country, where I'll create it with your name, so that you are able to view the assignments, view your marks, view the books, and all the things which I want to share with you. I'm able to comfortably do it with you. Is that fine for you, or do you have some other idea in your mind?
That is fine.
Yeah, fine. Okay, I'll do it. And by Sunday evening, I'll request a few of you, maybe 3-4 of you, just drop a mail to me. You know my mail ID is suresh.kr at hotmail.com. Drop a mail to me. What I will do, I'll share you the credential of that cloud library. I will share you the credential of cloud library so that you're able to use it. Okay, so it is just for today that today I have shared these 2 questions verbally. What I will do, I will also restructure this in the form of a written question, and I'll mail it to your HOD definitely in another about maybe half an hour, 45 minutes time. And I'll request him to give it to all of you. You can take time till tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock. That should be more than enough. But please give me a solution of that as PY or IPY, and preferably a PY file and a screenshot of the output. Both the questions will carry 5 marks each, so that you are able we are able to judge you. Before that, please tell me, were you able to create a long tail plot with this syntax which I have written? Sayada, could you create a plot using the syntax? Tell me, please. Or are you still keying it?
No, sir, I didn't get it.
What error are you getting? For sure you'll get it, because I've done it. That's why I'm telling you. What kind of error are you getting? See, if you don't tell me what is the error, how will I help you out? Fine. See, with this, we have come to the end of this class. Please tell me, do you have any doubts in your mind? Anything which you want to ask me till what we have done. So maybe for another 5-10 minutes, I can be with you so that you can ask me what you want. Tell me, please, anybody wanting to ask me anything?
Sir, can we know about what's going to happen in the next classes? Like what are we going to cover?
Yeah, but see, if you remember, what did I tell you? I told you that what we will be doing is, we are doing this statistics using R and Python. The complete syllabus I had shared with you, it is there even with your HOD. Don't worry, I don't mind. I can once again mail it to anybody who wants. Absolutely no problem. See, we have this statistics we have got for 6 hours. We have conducted last week for 2 hours, this week for 2 hours, 4 hours. We have got another 2 more hours in this statistics. That is one more class which we will be having the next Friday in this. Then we get into the core area of your subject. These are all the preparatory work. The core area of your subject will be, we will be doing extensive programming in Python, in NLP, natural language processing. We will be using MongoDB, the most sought after cloud-based database. We will write a lot of commands, create a lot of things on the cloud, retrieve it, a lot of things we'll do. And the third thing, we will also use Tableau, #1 data visualization tool in the world. You have also a module on data lake, very, very important thing as on today for you guys. And the other thing I don't remember, little bit, you got even one module on Hadoop, MapReduce, PigHive, Kafka, right all the way till Spark. So there is one more or other module I offhand don't remember, but it has been structured. I thought your HOD must have shared it with you. No problem, I'll share it with you. That is why at the beginning of each session, I tell you what is it. Like the last session was the first, that is yesterday was the first time when we conducted, or the first class in this module 2, which is statistics using R and Python. I showed you that one slide. It is for 6 hours. We'll be doing this. And the same thing we are doing right now. So we have one more session in statistics using R and Python. These are this as well as the previous thing where we learned a little bit on the fundamental of R are the fundamental of what you need. So once you are clear with it, rest of your calculation would be wonderful. I'll do one thing. Kindly pay attention on the screen here on the top. I'll write the question for you, which I want you to answer for me. I'll say, if the probability of a click converting to a sale is 0.02, what is the probability of observing 0 sales in 200 clicks? What I'll do, I'll put it in the next line so you can read it comfortably. I want you to write a R code for this. Can somebody tell me which function of R will I be using? So the question is, if the probability of a click converting to a sale is 0.02, what is the probability of observing 0 sales in 200 clicks? Anybody? At least you start off with what I want. Have you understood the question? Abdul, bolo bhai, did you understand the question? I don't know what does what does your silence signify? I will use the binomial. Sorry?
No, I was
Tell
just
me.
trying to explain the question. So out of 100 people, only 0.02 people are going to buy something on a click.
Yeah.
So out of 200 people, what is the percentage? Like, what is the probability that no one will buy?
Yeah, you can take click as people or whatever. Fine, no problem. Yeah. See, what you will be using, it is basically a problem of binomial probability. So, and the formula, what is the formula for binomial probability? It is DBINOM, D binom, within bracket 3 variables, X, N, and P. What are this X, N, and P? Here, X is my 2, N is my 5, and P is 0.1. When I run this, I'll get 0.0729. This is your answer. That is the probability of observing exactly 2 successes in 5 trials, where the probability of success for each trial is 0.1. Once again, you have got 0.0729, which is the probability of observing 2 successes in 5 trials, where the probability of success for each trial is 0.1. See, there is quite a lot for you to learn, understand. I don't say that nothing is difficult. It is just your efforts from your side. So if you have no question, we'll wind up. These are the 2 questions which I shared with you. I will also do one thing in next about an hour's time. I'll mail it to your HOD or I'll mail it to you guys, you chaps, who's Imran Khan and team, the same thing. And I'll request you kindly share it with others so that you know what needs to be done. And by 0630 tomorrow morning, please mail me the answer. That is the screenshot of your output as well as the PY file.
So can you give the answer of your previous question, like what is the probability?
See, you see down below here, 0.0729.
But it was 0 clicks, right? Like zero conversions.
Yes.
You're saying 2 people are converting in the above code.
No. You're confusing it. Friend, here, see, what did we get? We got this answer as 0.0729. Please, once again, go back to the question. I said, if the probability of a click converting to a sale is 0.02, what is the probability of observing 0 sales in 200 clicks? It is a problem of finding out the binomial distribution, where I use this D binom, which says D binom bracket open X, N, and P, which I have replaced this X, N, and P with 2, 5, and 0.1. I got an answer of 0.0729. This is the probability of observing exactly 2 successes in 5 trials, where the probability of each trial is 0.1. That's all. Has anybody any other doubt to ask me? Or tell me one thing, are you clear with these questions? You're clear? I'll just put it in words and send it to you, this group of 5 people. So you can kindly share it in your group and please mail it to me back by 6:30. Write your name and your complete roll number, registration number, roll number, whatever, so that we are able to mark you. Thank you. Have a nice day.